Hello, I'm Jamie and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about the very exciting news that we got in relation to BBC Ghosts, which is that they are making a film, which is really exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. So this video is just going to be kind of like my initial thoughts on it, seeing what we know so far and what we could be looking forward to. So BBC's Ghosts ended in 2023 with their Christmas special, and yeah, we kind of thought that was the end to it. It wrapped up quite nicely, somewhat controversial ending, which I completely understand. I quite liked the Christmas episode that we got, but it did feel like quite a big change from the episode that we had as the season 5 finale. And yeah, as I said, we kind of thought that was the end to it. But on the 26th of February, we got quite a cryptic post from a lot of the main cast members of Ghosts, mainly the writers of it, so like Mathew Baynton, Jim Howick, those kind of people. And it was the door to Button House, or West Horsley Place, opening quite slowly. So we definitely knew something was going to happen. I didn't think it'd be as quick as what it was. I did think it could be a film announcement because there were some rumours a little while ago, but on the 27th of February we did get the announcement that they are creating a feature film for Ghosts, the title of which will be Ghosts: The Possession of Button House. So let's go into what we know about this film so far. First of all, we know that filming is going to begin next month. So this means that the script has been written. We did get a glimpse of like the title page of the script from Instagram as well. So that's really exciting. Hopefully we'll get a trailer in like, I don't know, 6 months to a year kind of time. I don't know. Maybe a few teasers before then as well. But I imagine the film will actually come out in like 2027. I reckon that's like quite a realistic timeline. It's been confirmed that the filming will take place at West Horsley Place, so it will be the same Button House that we know and love, and we'll also be filming in like the surrounding areas of Surrey. It's been confirmed that the main cast will be returning, which is really, really great. It would have been really sad if someone couldn't make it. So this is obviously Charlotte, Ritchie and Kiell, who play Alison and Mike, and then the main set of Ghosts as well. So Matt, who plays Thomas, Simon, who plays Julian, Martha, who plays Fanny, Jim, who plays Pat, Laurence, who plays Robin and Humphrey, Ben, who plays the captain, and Lolly, who plays Kitty. So I'm really happy that all of the main cast are returning. It would have been, like I said, it would have been a shame if someone wasn't able to return and then they would have to like kind of change what they had in mind. But yeah, it seems like everybody is really excited to be returning back to Button House. And we have been told that it will be airing in UK cinemas. I'm not sure about cinemas everywhere else, but that is really exciting to actually get to watch Ghosts in the cinema on the big screen. It's going to be really, really good. And they have also said that it will also be airing on the little screen, so that will be the TV screen, probably on streaming too. Obviously this will be on BBC. I'm not sure exactly what the streaming situation will be like in other countries or whether it will air in cinemas in other countries as well. I really hope so, because I think that's going to be a really fun experience to be watching it in the cinema, so I hope other countries get that as well. The EP for BBC Studios said, "We are delighted to be partnering again with Monumental and the Ghosts team and can't wait for the international audiences, both new and old, to see this brilliant latest chapter in the Ghost story." So yeah, there probably is going to be, it's definitely going to air internationally in some way. Simon Hind, or Simon Hind, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce his last name, is confirmed to be directing it, and he did a lot of the directing for series 4 and 5 of Ghosts, and he has also directed a lot of other TV shows as well, for example Motherland and most recently Can You Keep a Secret, both of which I really enjoyed. So yeah, I think we're in safe hands with him directing it. We did get a press release, which I'm going to read to you as well in case you haven't seen it, because I think this gives us a little bit of insight into just how excited the creators are to be returning to Ghosts. So they said, "We thought we had said goodbye to Button House at the end of the final series. We never planned to come back, but when we had the idea for this story, we all got so excited that we couldn't resist returning to our haunted home for one more adventure. We can't wait to be together and to welcome some brilliant new faces to tell this soul-storing tale of life and death." So yeah, I think that just shows how much they're looking forward to returning to Ghosts, and I think there are some little bits of like interesting information in this press release. Not a lot, but some little bits that I think we can kind of get a gauge of to like what we could maybe expect. So first of all, they said when we had this idea, we couldn't resist returning. So this is something that they didn't necessarily plan when they finished the show. So an idea that they've had that's made them want to revive ghosts. I think that's really intriguing. Like, what idea could they have had that makes them want to come back and make this film? Like, there's so many possibilities as to what this could be. It's got to be something that obviously they haven't done before. Whether it's something that's been done in an international version, I don't know. The American, Australian and German version of Ghosts have all played with some really interesting ideas to do with like ghosts lore and like, you know, kind of exploring the possibilities of the ghost's powers and the abilities and like the connection between life and death. Obviously the UK version has done as well, but there have been so many more episodes of the American version, they've just had a bit more room to kind of generate these ideas. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what they could have thought of that would be interesting enough to make it a full-length film. And obviously it's got to be an hour and 30 minutes at least, I would say, to be a feature-length film. So that is a lot of content that they've got to fill that with. So it's got to be, I think, a pretty big idea to be able to create like an episode that is like 3 times the length of a normal Ghost episode. They've also said that there's going to be new faces. So yeah, some introductions of new characters that we haven't seen before, whether they're all going to be alive characters, I don't know, or whether we might get a new ghost. That could be a possibility. But yeah, I like the idea that we're going to get some like new people and some new problems as well that will be introduced to Alison and the ghosts, and kind of like how they interact with them, and and just what kind of possibilities that will bring with having more people around the ghost. Because it's always fun seeing like Alison trying to like deal with the ghost and also deal with people who then can't see the ghost and the complications that arise from that. So that I think is going to be quite fun. I always like seeing Alison kind of having to deal with them both at the same time, the living and the dead. They have also said that old and new fans will enjoy the film, so I don't know whether that means that people who have never seen ghosts before will enjoy watching the film or like have an idea of what's going on, because obviously that means that the film would have to be in a place where if somebody knows nothing about ghosts, they can still understand the situation that Alison is in and like all the ghosts' roles in the house as well. So I don't know whether that means it's got to be like completely independent from the show. I definitely feel like it's not going to take place in the middle of like, I don't know, what happened in series 3, for example. It's got to be something that won't impact what happened in the show as well. So, do we know what this film is going to be about? No, I would say there's probably no clues as to actually what the film is about. The only thing we really know is the title, which is Ghosts, the Possession of Button House, which I think is a really fun title. Personally, I feel like this film is going to take place after the series finished. So after the Christmas episode that we have, but obviously before Alison and Mike return to Button House in their old age. So there's lots of different things they could play with. Maybe this is when we're seeing the house being turned into the hotel. Maybe Alison and Mike are coming to visit the ghosts, or maybe it's going to take place once the hotel is opened and Alison and Mike are staying there. Like, there's different things they could play with on that aspect as well, but I definitely think that's the kind of era that we're looking at. It's not, like I said, it's not going to be taking place, I don't think, in the middle of the series, because that would then have implications on then what happens later on in the show. But if they are returning to a point where, like, I don't know, in the middle of series 4, that's not really going to have an impact on anything else, I guess that could be a possibility. But personally, I think with the idea of introducing new faces, it's going to be kind of like the new owners of it, perhaps having some issues with the house or something. Like maybe they are like in the process of turning it into the hotel, they're redecorating, the ghosts are getting annoyed about all the changes that are happening. And I think that would kind of be a good place for the film, because it's a thing of like a lot of changes happening to the ghosts, and Alison is maybe like trying to help them work through it, and also trying to help the hotel people work through turning it into a hotel. Oh, yeah, I think there's possibility there. As I said, they could lean into the lore that's been explored in the international versions. For example, the American version had a ghost that was actually captured by like a ghost hunting like machine. They have also, the German version has also played with the idea of a person dying on like the site, and there being a new ghost introduced. Like, I won't spoil it, but like, you know, they've had that exploration of somebody coming to terms with the fact that they've just died, and are like experiencing being a ghost for the first time. So I quite like that idea. Maybe they could play into that in the UK version, where somebody on the development of the hotel has died and becomes a ghost. There are obviously a lot of emotions that would come from that, and I think could play quite well into the film. And also, like, I think the writers of BBC Ghosts, like all of them, are very good at like pulling on your heartstrings and making things really emotional. So that is something something that I think could be a possibility. They could also lean into the like more darker, haunted horror movie side of ghosts, where like possession not necessarily means possession of Button House, as in the house is possessed. Maybe a person is possessed. Like they could play into that as well. I'm not sure necessarily whether they will do that. I think it might be too much of a change to lean into like the scary side of it. Not that I think it's going to be a horror film, but like playing into the creepier elements of ghosts and being haunted. Like there could be an introduction of a new ghost, whether that is through the hotel people digging something up that releases a new ghost, or different versions, international versions have played with the idea of travelling ghosts, so ghosts that are attached to an object rather than a house, for example a car, and like they go wherever that car goes. Things like that they could play with, or like a ghost that is able to move outside of the bounds of something, that they're not tied to the house or to a particular thing, they're able to just go wherever they want. Like, so I think with it being a supernatural thing that they're talking about ghosts, and the fact that there isn't really too much of like a solid history or lore to do with ghosts, they can definitely experiment with it and have fun and like really open the realm of possibilities of what they could do with the ghosts and the characters and the film. It would be absolutely amazing if they managed to have Mary return somehow, even in like a flashback or something, I don't know. But I would love to see Katy Wix return to Ghosts. I don't think it's a strong possibility. But as I said, if they do decide to have the film take place like in the middle of a series, like as if it happened when Alison and Mike are still living in the house, then that could be a possibility. But I do think it is more likely that it is going to take place after Series 5 ended. One of the things I'm most looking forward to, obviously I'm absolutely thrilled that Ghosts is making a return, but I'm really excited to be watching it in the cinema. When I went to like the BFI events where they showed like a preview of an episode, it was really, really fun to watch it in a room filled with other fans of Ghosts rather than sitting with like a couple people watching it on TV. It was such a good experience, and one that like I remember really fondly, to be able to like laugh with everybody and like feel those moments with each other. It was a really, really nice feeling, and it's a feeling that I'm really happy more people are going to get to experience. Yeah, I'm really excited to go see it in the cinema. I'm probably going to go on like opening day. Maybe there'll be like a film premiere as well, so we'll get to see, I don't know, some Q&As from the Ghosts creators as well. I don't know, I think that'd be really exciting if there is like a premiere of some sort. But I'm definitely going to be going as soon as possible, as soon as it opens in UK cinemas. Yeah, I think that's just so exciting. I think there's so many possibilities they could take this, and I'm sure they're going to take it in the best direction that they can. I am just so excited for it, and I'm going to be like reacting to trailers, and we'll talk about it so much when we get more news about it, and maybe we can come up with some ideas of what it could be, because like I said, I think there's so many different things they could go with. Like they've done some things that I think could have made quite a good film, like the whole ghost hunting aspect, like having people come and try and find ghosts in there. But yeah, I definitely think we're going to lean into a little bit of like either the first time they're visiting the ghosts in the hotel, and like the ghost experiencing all these different people and different like aspects of the house that they've never really seen before. Like it's like change, and there's a pool and golf and stuff. Like there's different things that like they could be excited about or nervous about in terms of like change, and I think change is a really good catalyst to be using for the film as well. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that we know so far. This has been like, I have recorded this like the day after we got all the announcements, so hopefully by the time I get this video out, there like it hasn't been some major like big piece of news about it, because yeah, I think we are probably got a few months before we start seeing glimpses of what it could be like. But yeah, I am absolutely ecstatic. I cannot wait. And yeah, I think it's going to be really good. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like. It really helps my channel, and comment down below your thoughts on this announcement. I imagine you are just as excited as I am. And subscribe if you want to see more videos to do with Ghosts. I'm actually planning my review of the French version of Ghosts. And then after that, I think there's a Greek version, and it's just been announced that there is a Czech version, I think, as well. So that's really exciting. I'm definitely going to be reviewing all of them at some point. And yeah, if you want more videos to do with Ghosts, I will definitely have some more out for you soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!